Number 10. In June 2015, Lexi, an 18-month-old black lab from the United Kingdom, became an instant sensation when he spontaneously jumped into action to save his master's life. 67-year-old Alan Spencer was choking on some food and collapsed on the floor, gasping for air. His dog, who apparently instinctively had a hunch about how to perform a canine version of the Heimlich maneuver, jumped on Spencer's back and made the piece of food pop out. Needless to say, Spencer was never as grateful to own a dog as he was that day. Man's best friend for sure. Number 9. Another great life-saving experience happened in Russia in 2014 when a 3-year-old toddler, Karina Chikatova, got lost in the forest for 11 days. Although this might sound like a Hansel and Gretel type story, it seems that as soon as the family realized that the girl was missing, a big search and rescue mission was set up. Unfortunately, hope was quickly lost when the search posse came up empty. Yet, out of the blue, a few days later, the little girl's puppy showed up on the family's doorstep and led rescuers straight back to the exact location where Karina had been lost. It truly is a miracle that the tyke didn't get devoured by some wild animal, but apparently experts say the girl no doubt survived the bitter cold at night by hugging her puppy. We can only imagine she was probably holding on to her pet as she would have hugged a plush toy, scared out of her pretty little mind. Number 8. Can you imagine a cat saving a human being from a dog attack? Well, that's exactly what happened in a small community in California, and Tara the cat became an overnight internet sensation worldwide when she saved 4-year-old little Jeremy from the jaws of a vicious dog, and the video of her rescue went viral. Luckily, Tara was on the job. She later became known as the Hero Cat. The feline superhero threw herself on the big dog and chased it away from her caretaker's son. People around Tara went a little crazy after her harrowing ordeal, bestowing multiple awards upon her, including the Blue Tiger Award, which is usually only given to military service dogs. The small California community where she lives even named an official holiday in her honor to show her how proud they are of her. Tara's response to all the hoopla has been limited to a modest meow. Number 7. In October 2007, little 17-month-old Charlotte Savivic was playing in her family's yard in Australia when the family dog, a Doberman Pinscher named Khan, began to snarl. People who are not familiar with the animal might have been worried it would harm such a small child. Khan was being a great babysitter. It was upset that a king brown snake, one of the world's most venomous reptiles, was slithering under the house and might get close to the toddler. Khan tried to nudge little Charlotte away, but when she wouldn't budge, he picked her up by her diaper and tossed her a few feet behind him. Sounds like something out of a cartoon, right? Well, it seems the movement may have startled the snake, which lunged and bit Khan on the paw. Thank goodness the dog was able to receive anti-venom medicine and made a full recovery. Way to go, Khan! Number 6. When Joe Stallnecker, a man who was prone to experience seizures, adopted his German Shepherd Buddy, the puppy was only 8 weeks old. Quickly, Stallnecker taught his new best friend to retrieve the phone when he started experiencing seizure symptoms. The idea was for Buddy to hit a speed dial button that would call 911 as soon as his master blacked out or was unable to make the call himself. Lo and behold, 10 months later, Buddy leapt into action when his owner became unconscious. He called the emergency line and began whimpering into the phone. EMTs arrived a few minutes later and brought an unconscious Stallnecker to the hospital, where he recovered fully a few days later. Stallnecker has been quoted as saying, "Buddy? Well, he basically gives me my independence. He's my world. He's my best friend, no question. He's always there, and I just hope I can be as good to him as he's been to me." Now, not to knock Buddy's great achievement, but we must say we've come across a few of these amazing phone-dialing dogs who saved their owners' lives. Number 5. In 2009, 2-year-old Hannah Coos could have choked to death if it hadn't been for the family bird Willie, a Quaker parrot. Little Hannah's babysitter, Megan Howard, was in the bathroom when Willie started screaming bloody murder and flapping his wings hysterically. Then the talking bird started repeating, Mama baby, over and over again until she came out of the bathroom. That's when Megan saw that Hannah's face was turning blue. The babysitter quickly performed the Heimlich maneuver and saved the little girl. But she says Willie is the real hero. Believe it or not, the bird was later presented with the local Red Cross chapter's Animal Lifesaver Award. Let's hope that Willie got a few crackers out of the experience too, huh? Number 4. Carbon monoxide is known to be a dangerous silent killer. Kathy Kiesling and her family certainly know this to be true now. Thank goodness, when a gas-powered water pump began leaking the odorous fumes into the family home, Willie, their cat, began nudging their sleeping owners and making crazy meowing sounds like she was trying to scream. By the time Kathy woke up, she was already nauseous and dizzy from the carbon monoxide leak, and both her husband and son were unconscious. Thanks to Winnie, the carbon monoxide detector cat, Kathy was able to call 911 before anyone ended up dead. Number 3. We've heard of a few incredible stories about dogs who could use their powerful sense of smell to detect cancer or other illnesses, but 46-year-old Josie Conlon certainly must have been in shock when her 2-year-old collie Ted started crying, pawing, and nuzzling her chest. Apparently, the canine detective had sniffed a grade 3 tumor growing in her breast. Josie later said that she found Ted's behavior particularly peculiar because the British rescue dog was rarely affectionate with her, and when he placed his paw on her breast, she knew he wasn't trying to get frisky. She quickly realized something might be wrong. Fortunately, the cancer was detected early and the tumor was removed before it could spread to the rest of her body. Number 2. While the family was tobogganing in Fort Nelson, British Columbia, Canada, their lives became threatened by a pack of wolves who were about ready to attack the 3 children. The father was towing his kids uphill in an all-terrain vehicle while the mother waited at the top. Suddenly, Shadow, the family dog, a Rottweiler mix, intercepted the pack leader while the dad struggled to scare off the wolves with a shovel. The wolves did grab Shadow by the shoulder and left him with some bruises and bumps, but if it hadn't been for him and his growling at the wild pack, the father wouldn't have managed to chase the aggressive canines back into the woods. Number 1. Joanne Altsman was vacationing in Presque Isle, Pennsylvania, USA, with her housebroken Vietnamese pig, of all things. Luckily for her, the animal was brighter than it might look, because when poor Joanne went into cardiac arrest, her pig went into a superhero mode. When it saw what was going on, it cried for a moment, hoping for a reaction. Then it pushed the gate to the fence open and waited. Whenever a car would come by, it would approach the road and lay in front of the nearing vehicle. This went on for about 45 minutes before the pig managed to convince a motorist to stop and come to the home. When the man discovered Joanne was in distress, he called emergency services. The paramedics arrived quickly and saved Joanne's life. Thanks, Piggy!